Generative AI, the future of creativity with less human interactions. So, for the first time, humans are supervising and machines are generating. So, it's a helping us to lift the difficult and complex tasks from human shoulders so that we can simply focus on our essentials of our work, the vision, our ideas, and the purpose. Coming to this video, we are going to explain about define a generative AI, how generative AI works, and the generative AI model types which are currently available. So, generative AI is a type of artificial intelligence technology that can produce various types of content as a output, including text, images, audio, video, and code as well. So, coming to this artificial intelligence technology, this artificial intelligence is a set of technology that allows machines to perform tasks that usually requires a human intelligence. And it is a program or system that trains a large language model that is called LLM using input data provided by the user. The trained data LLM can make useful predictions from the new or never before seen data drawn from the same one used to train the models. Machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence that gives a computer to the ability to learn without explicit programmings. Machine learning models are classified into two, such as supervised and unsupervised models. The key differences in the supervised and unsupervised models are coming to the supervised models, we have a labels. Label data that can be comes with a tags like name, type, number, numbers. So unsupervised models comes with no tags. Okay. Yeah. Let's dive into deep learning. So why deep learning is also involved in this means deep learning is a subset of machine learning methods. So deep learning is a type of machine learning that uses artificial neural networks, allowing them to process more complex patterns than machine learning models. So artificial neural networks are inspired by the human brain's interactions that are nodes, neurons that can learn to perform a task by processing the data and making predictions. Okay, so deep learning models are typically have many layers of neurons and which are allow them to learn more complex patterns and then traditional machine learning models. So neural networks can use both labeled and unlabeled data. This is called semi-supervised learning. So in semi-supervised learning, a neural network is trained on a small amount of labeled data and a large amount of unlabeled data. This labeled data helps neural networks to learn the basic concepts of tasks which are inputs provided by the user, while the unlabeled data helps the user neural networks to generalize to new examples of predictions by the large language models. Now we finally get into the where generative AI fits into this AI discipline. The generative AI is also a subset of deep learning, which means it uses artificial neural networks, can process both labeled and unlabeled data using supervised, unsupervised, and semi-supervised methods. Okay, as well as the large language models in short form called LLM are also a subset of deep learning. Deep learning models are divided into two types that are generative, and discriminative. So, in this generative and discriminative, the discriminative model is a type of model that used to classify or predict the label for data points. In discriminative model are typically trained on a data set of labeled data points, and they learn the relationship between feature of data points and labels. Once the discriminative model is trained, it can be used to predict the label for a new data points. Coming to the generative models, it generates new data instance based on the learned probability distribution of existing data. The generative model generates a new context. Coming to this example, so the discriminative model learns the conditional probability distribution or the probability of y output as given, and the given x as a input, that this is a dog, and classifies it as a dog or not a cat. That time, the generative model learns the joint probability distribution or the probability of x and y, and then predict the conditional logic probability, hey, this is a dog, and that can generate a picture of dog like this. So, then coming to the generative AI. Generative AI is a type of artificial intelligence that creates a new content based on what it has learned from the existing contents. Okay. So the process of learning from existing content is called training and result in creation of statistical models. Okay. So when a given prompt by the user, the generative AI uses the model to predict what can expected response might be, and this generates a new content. So coming to this, there are different types of models and versions are available. For example, we will take the image, the input as a image. So in this image, in this part, when you consider input as an image, that can be output as a text or image or video also. In this example, we can visualize the questioning answer under the output as image is a completion of generated, and under the output of video, the animation is generated. And another example, we can consider the input as a text. So when you consider the input as a text, it can be a text, generate a text, images, audio, and decision. For example, in this video, in this example, we can have a question and answers are generated and summarize the context. And in image output, it can generate images, image generation, and audio, text to speech, and output decision, play games. Okay. So coming to this Gemini, we have here some examples. We will ask Gemini. Hey, I am making a sweet and salt soda with lemons, and I am asking this to fulfill the mixture of sweet lemon soda. So what actually this Google Gemini suggests and give the answers. This is how the large language models are already pre-trained and that are transformer architecture models. So it has already pre-trained on a vast number of data sets. So they can produce the most likely and most relevant information to that. Okay. And we'll ask again, what is the meaning of credibility? So this is how large language models take the inputs and internally in the transformer model architectures analyze the given input and produce the output. So this is how generative AI model works. Okay, so coming to how generative AI model works means the generative AI model comes from a transformer architectures. So currently the major large language models like ChatGPT, Google Gemini, Claude, LLM, Meta's Llama, these are all transformer model architectures. So in high level, the transformer model architecture consists of two major elements that are encoders and decoders. The encoder is a, and also the transformers is a deep learning architecture developed by researchers at Google and based on the multi-head attention mechanism proposed in 2017 papers that are all as attention is all you need. And transformer model architecture LLMs are revolutionized in 2018. And so coming back to these encoders and decoders, so the encoder encodes the input sequence provided by the user and passes it to the decoder, which learns how to decode the presentation for a relevant task. In transformer models, actually there is some big challenges to the every large language model nowadays, that is called hallucination. Hallucinations are a words or phrases that are generated by the large language model while generating an output that oftenly nonsensical or grammatically incorrect. Okay, so hallucination can be caused by the few cases, which is the large language model is not trained on enough data, or the large language model is trained on a incorrect data, or the large language model cannot given enough context to the in the prompt, and also large language model is not given enough constraints. So hallucinations are a biggest challenges to the large language model and can be a problem for transformers because they can make output text difficult to understand to the users. And they can also make the LLM models more likely to generate incorrect or misleading the information. Okay, so coming to this prompt section, prompt is a short piece of text that is given to the large language model as an input, and it can be used to control the output of large language models in variety of ways. Okay, and prompt design is a process of creating a prompt that will generate a desired output from a large language models like OpenAI's ChatGPT, Google's Gemini, Meta's Llama, and Claude, and more. We have other open sources. And coming to the types of large language models, currently we have a multi-modal large language models like Google Gemini, ChatGPT, Claude, and others. So these multi-modal large language models can be vary based on your input. So it may be a text-to-text model. Like that means if you are asking, if your input is a text and you are asking for the request by in the form of text, that is like a translation or summarization and question and answering or creative writing. And another one is text to images. So now the in the form of multimodal uh, architecture LLM models can generate images from the input of text, as we discussed on the earlier initial. Okay, and also we can generate images to text models and text to image, text to video, and text to task. So text to task models is a define a task or action based on the text inputs. These tasks can be wide range of actions such as answering and questions, performing a search, making a predictions, or taking some sort of actions. So the foundational models, coming to the foundational models are pre-trained on a vast quantity of data designed to be adapt or fine-tuned to wide range of downstream tasks such as questioning and answering, information extractions, sentiment analysis, image captioning, object recognitions, and instructions following. So, coming to the Google's generative AI app builders, generative AI app builders can create applications or agents without having any codes nowadays using the Google Vertex AI app builders. So this generative AI app builder has a drag and drop interface that can make easy to design and build apps. It has a variety of editors, make it easy to create and edit app content. It has a built-in search that allows users to search information within the apps. And it has a conversational AI engines helps to user interact with the apps using the natural language processing. So coming to this Google Vertex AI agent builder, we can easily create applications or agents in variety of industries. So it has a capable to you have a capability to create some variety of applications that are search for a website or document search or media search and healthcare search and a retailer and conversational agents. So in my experience, without having any coding knowledge, I can created this many applications for a sample purpose. I have created some keyword analysis agents and other search based document search applications and all these. So this is how the generative AI is the feature to simplify your tasks, and it reduces the human efforts and increases the efficiency and growth of works. So thank you for watching this video to a generative AI.